if you leave them, don't find me on this, love. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of Ev in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library. My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good. A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice. Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. Icy but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did. One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria. This is probably my grandfather Benjamin. Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb. Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research. The door to the library. Locked. There's got to be another way through. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
Escapou nada aqui. Ah, tá aqui.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Segunda treta tua.
The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
It's raining. Com caras. Tá no assunto daqui.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Tá tudo fechado, porque era chave mestre. O que é que está aqui?
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Phoenix.
Stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective
Oh,
of the West
no.
Wing. Locked. Need a key to
Temos que
open
arranjar o
this.
que é da chave.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will...
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Maravilha.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Hey Jonah, sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me, if it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
O que eu vou achar esquerda?
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Nice, mas não é o que eu bem preciso. What the fuck? Oops. Parece que está faltando alguma coisa, está aqui, deixa eu ver.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you...
Não é nada aqui.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
Stop smoking, love.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Pelo corredor de serviço.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Esquece aí, velho. Aqui não vai nada. Eu tenho que ir por aqui.
Amelia, she knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Oops.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow, in the bright Egyptian sun, amidst the dust and ruins.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Вообще. Que grande ratazana. Foda. Oops.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years.
Quem é que anda aí?
Still just as creepy as I remember.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise.
Tanto documento.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Pé de cabra. Oh, que carece.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
Não tem nada aqui.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
E é bom gosto.
Dad, this is it. The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there. See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
Não, não quero ir para aí, tenho calma lá contigo. Está por aqui. Pé de
One
cabra?
of the wire traps
No.
Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise. Water damage from the main hall above.
What the fuck, isto é grande, querem? Quer te voltar para trás? Eu estou, peraí. Tenho que ter aqui qualquer coisa. Não tem nada. Já me perdi, querem? Como é que eu vou buscar aquele bacana? What the fuck? Tá bem, tá. Por aqui, por aqui. Isso aqui.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
Pé de cabra. Acho estranho o pé de cabra não estar aqui em baixo, mas pronto. Será que está aqui? Papéis é confortador.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Falta dois.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Nada para aqui.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Isso é uma pista.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are...
This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
And what? Nada mais.
The same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding anniversary.
Isto deve ser a pista. O tesouro, a pintura da Amélia.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it though. The Croft family crest and initials BC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
Porreiro, já tenho isqueiro para a lareira.
Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now. This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers.
Não está mal.
Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with.
Tá bem, já sei. Música.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful. It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
Sim, e não. Não quero sair, que então. Fiquei para aquele que esse ano.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
Vamos lá subir. Não, tenho que puxar para cá. Então, Lorinha, leva lá isto, que tens medo. Olha, maluco. Agora um pouco para a claveia. Vale, sobe.
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Oh,
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key. We made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire.
Sim, e não temos o isqueiro. Ah, peraí. Está a faltar uma coisa. Está a faltar.
I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Então tens que encontrar, ó, maluco. What the fuck? Ah, pera aí, temos que ir à fogueira então. Vamos ali. Não lá, deixa lá isto, maluca. Sua doidona. Vamos ali à fogueira.
This should help me read the map. I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Perto deste tanto de livros. Estou vendo. Parece que as chaves estão escondidas sob um baú. Mostra.
X marks the spot, as they say.
Por isto. It's over there. Só pode ter aqui.
The master key. This should get me into the West Wing.
Já posso abrir as portas.
All right. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the forbidden West Wing.
Vamos aqui em cima então.
I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
Agora não tenho que encontrar a combinação.
Worse than I thought. This is strangely beautiful.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
Quarto também. Vou já aqui, que lixo.
After everything...
I think this was Dad's pocket watch.
Então as informações que
Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
Midnight. Parecia que era as horas.
Done. How could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone.
This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made of me.
Kill my brother.
I don't trust him.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element.
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in place.
At least that old thing still works.
I am bursting with pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous a Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the question.
Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it.
The ring?
Mom's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it.
Ali que se
The inscription is faded. My mother's perfume. The smell. So familiar. I can almost remember her. Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful.
October.
There's a date. October something. Damn, the number is faded.
728.
Their anniversary was in October. But which day? I can't believe I don't know this.
Stasera piste para o número do cor.
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday.
October 18 ou 13?
October 13th, Mum's birthday.
13 de outubro.
Pretty sure my parents were married in October.
Procurei as relíquias com combinações. Não tem mais nada aqui. Está lá em cima da cama.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take it to the papers. The investors will pull out.
Também não é isto. Yep, também nada não. Graças ao pé de cabra.
Okay, Laura, keep it together. I'm starting to see things. Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. He probably couldn't bear the idea of removing any of her belongings.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I want...
Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
I stood up to my family's criticism, stood in defense of Richard and our love. But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in. How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived. I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this. Mum died too young. Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small. Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself. On the drive back, as Winston took a longer route through the country, I looked through my paintings, Richard's favorite one among them, a simple abstract with blocks of red. I smiled, thinking about giving it to him. I was happy, and I was going home.
Blocks of red. Dad's favorite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination.
Este quadro.
This was for a show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see this today. It says here, Amelia Croft plans to show her work in New York. I wonder what happened with that.
Já vi este quadro.
Lara arrived tonight, though not without a bit of drama, but all is well. She's a healthy, beautiful baby. I've never seen Richard so happy. I'm sure he'll be celebrating with his favorite whiskey tonight. It's calm and peaceful now, Just the gentle sound of the rain and the small, sleeping breaths of this new life I hold in my arms. Lara Croft, my darling daughter. It's hard to put into words this feeling I have. We share a connection, something I never expected. A love so powerful and pure. Someday you'll feel it too. No matter where you go or where you find your place in this world, we will always have this connection.
Tá aqui o quadro.
I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work. The Croft family crest.
Ops, na praia, mo, picaras. Não me lembro isso, peraí.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive...
Pois já colocar a bandeira do lado de fora. A bandeira é bandeja. The fuck, isto é grande, caralho, foda. Eu tive aqui.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
Onde é que está o pé da cabra?
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Esta porta vai dar lá embaixo. Ok. Assim já me oriento. Opa, outra vez. Cara, acho que não foi pista nenhuma.
I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
Sim, mas sempre é que começa alguma coisa. Não.
Yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
This picture was taken in the library. (1820) editions, the main hall in progress.
Será este o número?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times.
Está aqui outro.
One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
Ah, tenho que ir ali, peraí.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number. But which one?
Que nós já encontramos aquele era o... Ah, estou a perceber. Eu onde é que vou encontrar aquilo outra vez? Duas águias. 2 pássaros, o cara parece mais 2 pássaros.
Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
2 pássaros.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not
Documents.
important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad.
Vamos lá tentar abrir aqui. Quero de pé de cabra que eu não consigo.
Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out.
1980.
No, that's not it.
Só tem 3.
No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues.
Catrai, tens que me dar mais pistas, meu. Ainda falta tanto. Bitinão, ainda falta 11 documentos. O casamento foi em 1980. É isto que falta ver. Tabela de ir ao... Deixa-me ver se alguém sabe aqui. Que número é? 549. Thank you. Vai lá que te lembraste, Patrícia. 5, 4. Não.
That worked. It makes me happy to know that Dad kept it safe. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane.
549. Não tem nada a ver com
She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her.
549.
Oh
No,
God, not her, not now.
é o mês que ela
I cannot
nasceu,
accept it.
outubro.
Life without her is too painful to
Oh, no.
imagine. I know what must be done.
Não é nada, não
And I
é
am
setembro.
resolved. I'm going to bring her back.
Não percebo, então
Perhaps this is why I
549.
am
Tem que ver o que é
here.
isso,
Perhaps
cara.
this is fate. A test of my faith in the truth I've sought for so long. Roth will fight me on this, but I can't face Lara. I can't look into her eyes unless I try. I must try to bring Amelia back. The monks are preparing the elixir now, and then we will see if all my years of hunting this truth was for naught.
Dad, what did you do? Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten. This is the only copy. Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page.
Vou ter que... já sei, na lareira, de certeza. Ou não? É, só pode.
Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important.
É na lareira, não é? Maluco, vamos lá. Mas eu já acendi aquilo. Onde é que está a lareira? Está lá embaixo, aqui embaixo. Oh, e agora acendi, caramba. Descubra uma maneira de cifrar a carta branca. Pois. Oh, mas caralho, e o pé de cabra? Onde é que está o bocado do pé de cabra? Obrigado. Eu não consigo encontrar a merda do pé de cabra. Onde é que está o pé de cabra? Lembras-te? Tu lembra, Patrícia? Na outra... No grandão. Ah? Espera aí, então. Não tem nada, deixa eu ver. Tu sabe que pode ser lá para cima. Caraca, mas ainda falta apanhar muita cena. Tem que ir para aqui. Onde é que está o cara do pé de cá? É de cima e ali. Pô, também não tem nada aqui, cara. É aqui.
A hidden message.
Ah, isto está lá embaixo, na cave.
What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
Que pistas são estas, caralho? Ah, isto é o número, não é? 9. Acho que é o número isto. Sei lá. Eu já estive na adega, eu. Ah, mas não me falta tanto documento. Nossa. 44 e 10,54. 11 relíquias. 10 documentos. What the fuck? Revelada. Ah. Vamos lá então a... Mostre. Este lá não tem nada. Já pesquisei esta porcaria toda e não apareceu nada. Aqui é preciso pé de cabra para isto. Ah, deve ter aqui, pois, pé de cabra estão a pôr ali documentos. Ah, espera aí, isto há bocado não estava assim. O que eu tenho que fazer aqui? Push. Sim, e agora? Ah, está aqui uma... O que é que está para aqui? Outro 549? Será? Não é? Que número é que era? Patrícia! Deixa eu ver que número é que era. Eu não me lembro, foda-se. 549, não é? Ah, era aquele número que estava no mapa. Pois, e agora o número? Era 562. Estou feito ao vivo, vê lá isso. Como é que agora vejo o cara? Imagina que eu não... 142. É 142. Deixa eu ver. 142. Caralho, era 142, era o que estava lá. Ah. Thank you.
Damn, locked in.
Ei, fiquei trancado agora. Ok, depois tenho que ir lá com o pé de cabra.
Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe?
Com caraças.
It's over. I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket watch stopped inexplicably. There was a charge in the air like the moment before a lightning strike. For a heartbeat, I imagined that my life was being drawn from me as one empties a glass in order to be poured back into Amelia. I would have welcomed death if the last thing I saw were her eyes.
You brought her home. She's here, somewhere.
Ai, ela tá aqui.
This was part of a set of statues Dad found in China. He thought it was linked to the Temple of Xian. Perhaps I should look into it someday. Might be able to use this to access other parts of the manor.
Tá aqui o Tinoni. Espera, deixa-me já se dá para ir lá. Olha. Está aqui.
Did this open the secret door from the inside? Hope I'm not trapped in here. Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night. The missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this crypt.
Olha o 2, ó. É o que faltava lá em cima.
My love. It is silent. So peacefully silent now. Even after the madness and chaos of the crash, I can't help but still wonder at the beauty of these mountains. I understand the magic that drew you here. Please know that I feel no pain in this moment. Only
Mum faced death alone. She was so brave. There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Esse é o universo que criou o nosso conhecimento, né?
Our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor?
Peraí, que ainda não pesquisei tudo, bacana.
Dad's collected knowledge. There must be so many secrets hidden in here.
Richard, I tried to see you in person last week, but your manservant hustled me away like some common tout peddling silverware. He told me you are heartbroken and you're not yet ready to see visitors. He told me you blame yourself for your loss. Well, to that, I say you had
Me achar rico bacana, o meu cabelo.
The renovations are proceeding in secret. The work crew Roth hired for the job have been paid handsomely to keep the details of the job out of the records, so I'm fairly confident no word will get out about what I'm doing. I've been careless with presenting my findings, attracting all the wrong sorts of attention. Roth thinks I'm being paranoid by building this secret vault, but I know I'm being watched. My work is too important, and potentially too dangerous. It can't fall into the wrong hands. I need a secure place to keep it all safe.
Tem mais nada. Isso não tem mais nada disto. Vamos eliminar aqui.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer. I always end up staring out the window and thinking about our expeditions, and then I'm yelled at for daydreaming. I promise I'll be good and not disturb you and just work wherever you tell me. I just miss it, Dad. And I miss you.
Yes, good. Número 8. Número 8 está em todas, querem. E aqui foi quando eu vim. Ou não? Para trás, querem. Oh, essa aqui é para trás. Quero pesquisar isto. Aqui não tem nada. Ali também não, tem que ser por aqui. Sempre aqui alguma coisa. Não tem nada. Onde é que estão os armários? Estão aqui, não estão? Estão ali. Não tem nada.
Lord Croft is resolved to seal the west wing of the manor. I try to talk sense into him, but he will not be swayed. And to make matters worse, I believe his experiences in Tibet have only further fueled the fire of his obsession. He's now up at all hours in his study, researching God knows what. And poor Lara, she is so confused. Too young to understand the tragedy that has befallen this great house. My dearest hope is that Lord Croft will emerge from his grief and embrace fatherhood and the love of his daughter. But I fear he may give in to his obsessive nature, that which Lady Amelia tempered in him so well. In any case, I will be a rock for young Lara. She will never sense tragedy and sorrow in me, only the love and support she deserves.
كثير نفس tem que subir lá sempre mais.
Our knowledge is bit to the west. Our future is to the south. Our past is to the north.
Oh, depois aqui a cripta para a Amélia. What the fuck?
Incredible. This crypt was here all along.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy. One that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, but her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara. Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
My God, can it be? Dad, you did...
É mais nada.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love. It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me, with all my love, your mother.
What's this? A letter.
Ends. Mais um troféu. Relíquias adicionais foram disponíveis. Bem, deixa-me só gravar isto. Faltam-me 4 relíquias, 2 documentos. Quatro relíquias, 2 documentos. Pois, mas agora para as solas vai ser o caraças. Para baixo não vou agora. Ui, parece que está aqui um. Yep.
The broken sword I brought back from Yamato. The Atlas, such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. Sophia insisted I take it home with me. I can still remember the last time I fired these.
Daqui a bocado vamos já dar uns tiros. Preocupes, Larazinha. Vamos já matar um zombirolas. Não também nada. Porra. Espera, assim mesmo. Peço uma entrada secreta, mas acho que não. Opa, não vou lá para baixo. Também se não encontrar o que era seja das relíquias. Oops, está aqui um.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish. If there comes a time when you require assistance in managing the estate, I hope you will consider contacting me to retain my services. Sincerely, your uncle.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me.
Mais
But since I've been
troféu.
here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
Great again. Minha pinti. No, no, no. Oh, dá bem. Não está aqui, não. Bem, agora para achar o... O que é que me falta? 4 documentos e uma relíquia. 4 documentos não, falta-me só uma relíquia. What the fuck, onde é que está a relíquia, pá? Esqueci-me de algo, então, meu. Ei, por uma relíquia apanhava tudo. Fosca-se. Onde é que está a relíquia, pá? Vai-me fazer andar aqui às voltinhas, não. Tá aqui? Nope. Fazia sentido estar aqui no quarto da mãe. Ah, não está. Bem, agora para encontrar a relíquia vai mais longe. Será que eu me esqueci de alguma cena mesmo do pé de cabra? Queres? Porra, meu. Também não tá. Computador. Porra, uma relíquia, estás a brincar, meu. 98%. Está tudo, meu.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I... Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time. I've been so focused on defying...
Porra, meu. Documentos.
A hidden message.
Ah? Ah, para aí, isto é o número, que isso é quebra-cabeças. Que número é? Sim, 244, como é que é? 246, olha aqui, né?
A blank page.
Olha, não sei. I don't know. I don't know, my friends. Mas ainda hei de pesquisar isso. Janela em cima. Tem nada. Não sei. Não sei. Será que está lá para baixo? Será? Está para aqui o caraças. Quem me passou, passou. Mas eu já fui aqui ou não? Já fui, já. Deixa eu ver se está para aqui. Só se me falhou aqui alguma coisa. Porra, meu. Também são teimosos do caralho. Também não está aqui. Só me escapou aqui alguma coisa. Aqui o código. Tem nada. Olha, puxa-me por essa cabeça que é. Não é pros pés. Carol. Foda-se, não é que terá relé aquilo que é, se calhar. The fire. Está aqui? Não. Está ali qualquer coisa. Será que é aquilo? Será que é aquilo ou estou a flipar? Estou a flipar com certeza. Já estou a ver relíquias onde a luz não é. A luz não existe. Tá bem, tá. Porra. Andarinho andarou. Será que está lá em baixo agora? Escapou alguma coisa lá em baixo. Na cripta. Pode ser que me tenha escapado aquilo. Ah, está aqui. Não acredito, uma rosa. Porra, meu. Porra, pá, porra. Às vezes a teimosia dá resultados. Que isto não é teimosia, isto é persistência. Está feito, minha gente. 100% completion. Está feito. Mansão Croft completa. Nem sei quanto tempo é que demorei, mas durei umas horitas. Mas sempre com calma. E agora? C para o menu principal. Olha, abrimos uma nova expedição, Pesadelo Lara. Laços de sangue. Qual é este? Laços de sangue foi o que eu vi fazer? Não. Abrimos este novo. Não, isto foi o que eu fiz. Blood Ties. Deixa eu ver. Ah não, isto já fiz. Não, isto aqui é o Blood Ties. Deixa eu ver. Este já fiz, pá. Acabei isto agora, acho eu. Este já acabei. Pesadelo Lara, já sei o que é. Rise of the Tomb Raider.